Welcome to Bajaj Majesty FX13 demo. From netting to shredding and from juicing to blending, Majesty FX13 offers to do everything which helps in reducing cooking time. It comes with a food processing bowl, a liquidizing jar, a jar for dry and wet grinding, chutney jar, and processing blades suitable for various operations like slicing, shredding, french fries, netting, etc. Along with this, it also has centrifugal juicer, citrus juicer and a spatula as various attachment tools. Netting operation. For netting, first place the safety cover firmly. The food processor won't function until the safety cover is fitted right in its place. Then place the processor bowl onto the processor body and turn it anti-clockwise to make it fit properly. Then insert the netting blade onto the processor spindle. Add maximum of 250 grams of flour to it. Plug in the processor and run the processor at speed of 1 or 2. Add the required amount of water and oil. And the dough is ready. Chopping operation. Ensure that the top is covered with safety lid. Fit the processor bowl in its place and then attach the chopping blade onto the spindle. Turn the processor on and add pieces of onion through the feeder tube. And quickly the onions will be ready and chopped. Puring operation. Fit the processing bowl onto the body and attach chopping blade onto the spindle. Add tomatoes to the processing bowl. Align the bowl properly and plug in the processor. Run the processor at speed of 1 or 2 for 10 to 15 seconds or until you reach desired consistency. And tomatoes will be pureed and ready. Mincing operation. And place the processing bowl in its place. Add the pieces of raw or cooked meat in the bowl. Run the processor at 1 or 2. Give it time and the chicken is minced and ready. Slicing operation. The new Bajaj FX13 has made slicing easier. Slide the slicing blade onto the processing blade holder. Place it upside down and insert it into central blade holder. Cover the processing jar with the lid and lock it in. Use the feeder to insert the vegetables and apply gentle pressure. And the required ingredients will be sliced and ready. Shredding operation. Shredding is not as easy as it sounds. The Bajaj FX13 has that covered. Always cover the top with safety lid. Slide the shredding blade onto the blade holder. Place the holder assembly onto the processing spindle. Cover the processing jar with the lid and lock it in. Add carrots using the food pusher through the feeder tube. And the shredded food will be collected in the processing bowl below. Finger chips or french fries. Slide in the finger chips blade onto the processing blade holder. Put blade assembly over the processing spindle. Hold the feeder tube and rotate it anti-clockwise to lock it. Start feeding potatoes to the feeder tube with food pusher. Apply gentle pressure on it. And the potatoes are ready in the form of finger chips. Citrus juicer. Now place the citrus stem on processing spindle. Turn and lock the processing bowl. Then place the citrus bowl on top of citrus stem. Place the citrus cone onto central pin of the citrus bowl. Take pieces of half-cut orange, place it on the citrus cone and hold it with cupped hands. Turn the processor on, run it at speed of 1 or 2. The juice will be collected in the processor bowl. Centrifugal juicer. Then lock the juicer mesh into the juice extract bowl. The juice extractor along with juice extractor mesh goes on the processor spindle. Cover the processing bowl with the lid. Insert beetroot using the food pusher via the feeding tube. Run the processor at speed of 1 only. The juice will be collected in the processor bowl, while the pulp gets stored in the juicer mesh. And juice of fresh beetroot is ready. Dry and wet grinding. Place the processor bowl on the body and lock it in. Take off the safety lid from the top. Take a grinding jar and place it on the safety lid and lock it in. Place the ingredients to be ground in the jar. Cover the grinding jar with the lid. Run the mixer at speed of 1. And dry spices will be powdered and ready. Liquidizing and blending. Then attach the liquidizing jar in the right place and turn it anti-clockwise to lock it. Fill the jar with the milk and add some cocoa powder to it. Run the processor at the speed of 1 or 3. And serve the chocolate milkshake chilled. Chutney grinder. Place the chutney jar on top of the body. Slide all ingredients in the jar. Run the processor at 1 or 3 until the desired consistency is achieved. Stop the processor and the chutney is ready to be served with steaming hot idlis. For effortless and efficient cooking, try the Bajaj FX13 and make something awesome today.